Hello, and welcome to the Mirrored Muse podcast, a sanctuary for the soul and a spark for the revolutionary spirit, where our truth is reflected, our radiance remembered, and our spirit set free. I'm your host, Whitney Amber, and together we'll journey into the depths of what it means to awaken, embody, and expand as the muse of our own life. Through soulful storytelling, raw reflections, guided practices, and revolutionary conversations, this podcast is here to truly meet you in your own becoming. So, let's take a deep breath, soften our edges. It's time to step into the mirror. This is your invitation to rise. Hey, my love, welcome back to the Mirrored Muse. So today's episode is going to be a little softer than usual, maybe a little more in the moment as well. Because if I'm being fully transparent, I've been in a deep integration space lately, especially when it comes to creativity and the podcast, the business. And instead of forcing something that's maybe more polished and, has better flow and storytelling dynamic to it, today I really just wanted to come sit with you exactly where I am, right here, in the middle of all of it. And, I think sometimes we imagine growth as this constant forward momentum, like we're supposed to always be producing or always be clear and have that clarity and always be moving at full speed. But I'm a woman. We have cycles, we have seasons. And what I've been noticing in my own body lately is the power of the in between. And my most recent hot take is no one really talks about this, but we, in our human experience in life, we are constantly in the in between. Even when we reach the destination of said goal, whether it's buying the car, whatever business milestone, the house, the vacation, whatever that looks, the relationship, whatever that looks like for you, that moment of achieving, of receiving that we'll be dramatic. We'll give it 24 hours, right? It maybe lasts 24 hours and then we're already on to the next 1, 2, 5, 6, next goals and manifestations or milestones. So really, we're always in this in-between moment. The quieter days, it's the slower creative moments, the spaces where things are still evolving, still becoming, in constant transition. And I don't think we think about life in that way. And if I'm real with you, this past week especially has just felt very full in my system. And obviously, I can't go any further without recognizing astrologically what's going on and then just in general what's going on in the world right now. I mean, we just kicked off the brand new Lunar New Year on the 17th of February, which was just last week, which was simultaneously the same day as the solar eclipse in Aquarius, which is my home moon sign. So I've really been feeling the impacts of that. And, also we've had so many transits just over the last 2 weeks. We had Saturn and Neptune meeting up at 0 degrees in Aries. That is a complete collective reset moment that just happened a couple days ago, and just living in this eclipse window moment, I'm really feeling. And so it's just been a little bit tender, alive, a little buzzy in that way where, something is shifting under the surface. You can feel it, but you can't quite put your finger on it or name it. And so instead of pushing past that, I've really been practicing staying with it. not just, talking the talk, but really practicing what I preach because that's so important to me. And what keeps landing right now is this: sensuality, real sensuality, is not performance. It's not overriding my body and forcing something. It's presence. It's presence. It's the moment you actually let yourself feel your life while you're living it. And lately for me, sensuality, it's just been less about intensity and more about the quiet moments where I actually let myself be here in the moment. And there's been even days where I can feel the minutes pass. I don't think I have ever been able to say that in my life. That's the realness of the sensual level that I've experienced this week. And two, it's almost just like the universe telling me, Whitney, before you dive deeper into, this topic and series about sensuality, which is something I'm deeply passionate about, that has single-handedly changed my life. It's like, okay, cool. Let's test that. Let's really test that and see if you are going to override what your body's telling you, if you're going to try to force. And so I respect that, as a leader, I respect that. So no rushing, no overriding my body. Definitely, I'm just not here to try to force creativity on a timeline. I've truly just being. I've just been being. And today, that's where I am. Just being with what's true today. Because the version of leadership I'm committed to, especially with the Mirrored Muse, is one that includes the body. It includes rhythm. It includes real humanity. Hello. Like, again, being a woman, having cycles, and honoring that sacred rhythm of being woman and leading in that way, that softness that has such an incredible strength to it that I just don't think we get enough peeks behind the curtain of moments like this. When I want to produce the full episode about sensuality and all the things, it's just not time. And I don't know why, but I know that to be very true in my body. So, my commitment to you and to the Mirrored Muse and everything that I create and put out into the world is I'm not just going to create output for the sake of output. I want it to have a pulse. I want it to have meaning, and I want it to be heart-led and heart-centered. And if you've been in a season lately where your energy just feels different, where your pace has shifted, where you're craving a little more softness or space, I just want you to know that's okay. There's a reason you are feeling that. Your body has seasons too. And if you need a permission slip, here it is. I'm giving it to you. I just wrote it. Because your creativity has tides. And sometimes the most powerful thing you can do for your future momentum is honor the moment you're actually in. So before we close today's episode, I really just want to give you something simple that you can take with you. I have been doing this all week, especially when I feel things coming up and just shifts and changes, So if it feels safe to do so, just take one slow breath in through your nose and exhale gently out of your mouth. Beautiful. Now just notice, without changing anything, one sensation in your body. Maybe it's warmth. Maybe it's softness. Maybe it's the feeling of your clothes against your skin, or feeling your fingertips pressed against the steering wheel, or your feet on the floor. Just notice. Because this right here, this is presence. And presence, more than anything, is what brings us back to ourselves. Your radiant reminder this week is this: you are allowed to honor your rhythm and still be deeply devoted to your vision. Nothing about your becoming requires you to abandon yourself along the way. There's no race. So just take that in. Let it land in your body this week. And I just want to thank you so much for sitting with me in this softer space today. If this episode resonated, feel free to share it with someone, a friend, who might need a gentle reset too. And as always, keep noticing, keep loving, and keep feeling deeply. All right, love. I'll meet you in the next episode. Thank you so much for trusting me with your time today, for joining this conversation moment, this mirror and movement of remembering. Feel free to keep this conversation going in the comments, and if this episode moved or sparked something within you, I'd be so honored and jazzed if you'd subscribe to the podcast, share it, leave a review, or maybe just invite a friend into the conversation. You can also join our Radiant community on Instagram at the Mirrored Muse, where you'll find more reflections, resources, announcements, and events. So be sure to give us a follow to stay in the know. And until next time, stay wild, stay soft, and never forget, you are the Muse.